Hey buddy, good boy, sit down. G'day and welcome back to the channel. I was just about to start filming and he starts pouring up on my leg, trying to say hello. So I thought, he wants to be in the video. Do you want to be in the video, buddy? Hey? Yeah. Well, sorry, not enough space for that in the video. Oh, buddy. So, I've seen a lot of videos about this little beauty and how to install it, flashing up on my feed, and I've watched one or two of them. What I haven't seen is someone look under the hood. I really want to look under the hood. And I did buy two of them. Not inconsiderable. They are very expensive in Australia, these actually. This whole pack here, so cameras, two transmitters, two cameras, and assorted MIDIs, MIPIs, came about $500 with postage, AU. So it's not really a fun time to be buying and upgrading your quads in Australia at the moment. I mean, not so much for the VTXs, but for you FC designers out there, you know, please think about that in the coming months, that it's going to be very expensive for almost everyone to upgrade. So maybe push that out a little bit further if you can. Let's keep those boards going, keep the landfill with less e-waste in it. Anyway, let's have a quick look in the pack, and then we're going to have a look under the hood and look at the what do you call the either the what is it called, heat paste or the pads. And I'm getting clawed on the leg. Hey buddy. And we'll have a look at it in terms of like, what's the waterproofing potential of this, because I haven't really seen anyone touch on that, and that's what I'd like to look at here. And also a bit of a shout out, where do you want me to see words? Where do you want me to put these? I want your opinions as well. I've got, the options are the 6-inch Tyrant and the Drift, the Dart, or ZO HD planes, those two. Or I could put one in my 6S 5-inch setup, or maybe upgrade the, although I might need a new body. Actually, I think there's a new body would be required to upgrade the 5-inch setups, unfortunately. So they might be out of the question, but if I get enough votes for those, I'll get a body. Let's do it. I wouldn't mind upgrading to Armaton 5-inch frames. So let's get into this. All right, little knife out. Open it like a fruit. Kind of. I'm not sure what fruit opens like that. Maybe some sort of tropical fruit. Ah, it's the aerial. It's in a little box. So there you go. The aerial is what's in the little box. Put that back over there. And open this. Stickers. We all have stickers. Now that is a nice looking unit. Is this a sticker here? Oh, I can take that off. All right, but that's important to no more than, is that 16 volt? And very nice unit. That feels good in the hand. Sounds solid. Let's zoom right up in. Now let's have a look at the side of this little beast. You see, it looks pretty nice. Nice close look, but it does not seem like there's any waterproofing on it. And just quickly from the side, I don't see any fluorescing apart from the actual board itself. I don't really see any fluorescing in that. So the next thing is to have a look inside. Let's do this. Quickly, before we do that though, have a quick look in the rest of this box. What we have here, a voltage converter. Now, is that waterproofed at all? Did I just... the hell? It just died. Oh, come on. Yep, that works. Okay. No. There is no waterproofing on that. And then we have heat shrink. I don't know why I'm shining that at that. And a little bag with the plates for holding down the MIPI connector and the UFL. And a cable and some little screws. So these two long screws are for the UFL connector, and the short screws are for this bad boy, I'm pretty sure, the MIPI. Otherwise you're going to end up pushing through, and there's no receiving holes on the backside for the MIPI connector. So I'll put that in there, toss that over there, turn that off, save the battery, and pull out. Is this going to be small enough? Yep, that's going to fit. Alright, I'll get the camera set up. Okay, here we are. I've got the camera set up. Let's get in here and have a look. Oh, we'll remove the screws. They don't seem terribly long. Nice clean magnet. Maybe I won't magnetize these screws. Maybe I'll just put them in the box. You can feel the plate release then. Now, for the moment of truth. Okay. It's gonna need dropping. And there, yeah, heat paste covering the top of this entire. So this here covering the entire top of that, and a big blob around this area. And I think I can see another chip under that possibly. I could clean this up and have a look, but I'm pretty sure we can answer the first question here. Is this going to be easy to waterproof? No, not at all. This is by far the most complex one to waterproof yet. What you're going to need to do to waterproof this is clean off this gump and then apply your conformal coating, of course avoiding the MIPI connector and the UFL, and then these connectors here. Then you'll have to re-thermal paste it. Yeah, that's pretty that. Let's have a look on the other side. Okay, right, here we are. Got this side set up. Let's take this off. Oh, there's a lot more. There we go. There's a lot more suction on that side. Now we'll have a look at the heat sinks in a moment. Let's have a quick geezums at what we have here. So on the side, let's swap my hands. So on this side, you can see these fluorescent markings. That's from conformal coating. It's a very strong tell if there is waterproofing. Now what I'm going to go with is, there isn't a I don't know, I'm pretty sure there isn't a conformal coating layer on this, but there is some sort of, see as I muck around the perimeter of it with the edge of the tweezers. This area here is discolored. And what that is, I have no idea. Look at this large copper plate. Massive copper plate here. That's huge, huge heat dispersion, as well as in these corners. So there is some waterproofing possible on this without getting to the chip, to like around the edges. All of this banks of resistors and capacitors and chokes and little IC. There's no little IC. I'll flip this board back around. We'll have a really close look at the other side, and then we'll have a look at the heatsink covers. Okay, so here is the other side, the side that I first opened, and as you can see, there's no conformal coating. There does appear to be that discoloration. One thing I do want to quickly mention is that, so waterproofing this, again, you're going to have to take off the thermal paste and then apply and avoid the MIPI and the UFL. But designers, if these three capacitors could be shifted over here, maybe that test pad can be shifted there, not there, but in this area, then this would be a perfect little layout around the MIPI connector. That would be, if these three were just over here, that would be perfect. Easy waterproofing, really. And the other point I want to make is these here are not covered in any thermal paste, one, and two, are difficult to waterproof. What I would usually try to do is open them up, but I'm not going to do that on this. I'm going to come along the sides with some conformal coating and try to seal them as best I can. And I will be putting thermal paste on the top when I'm done. Anyway, let's have a look at those heat sinks. Alright, so here we are. That is the heat sink for the side we were just looking at. And as you can see, there is a recessed area for those large covered areas on that side. No thermal paste in there, but there was a good thermal paste on that chip. It was well covered there. And there's a lot of thermal paste around that other area. I'm going to probably put some in here and just when I stick it back together. Anyway, this side, whoop. So here we are with the other side, and it's got the recesses for the corresponding power circuitry that was under there. A lot of that does not want to touch, and may actually, I'm not sure how strong the piece is. So if we look at this piece side on, how much impact force can you put like that before this will bend and touch all the capacitors and stuff that's on the other side? I'll show you what I mean here. So that's the recesses, and there's that bank of circuitry. Now that's probably the tallest thing, and actually may end up protecting the rest of the circuitry from making contact with this surface. I don't know if this is straight up conductive, and we'll test that in a moment. But you see the tops of these, they are just straight up conductive. Like that's just part of the pad, basically. It's soldered onto the pad and the piece of metal goes all the way around it. If that was to be shorted out by the top, then maybe there'd be an issue. Let's have a look and see if that's a problem. Right, so get this and set it to test for conductivity. So it does appear that the surface is not conductive. Okay, where's a spot I can push? I don't mind pushing. sacrificial spot. Okay, and that actually touched through the metal. What's going on here? See that there? So it's bare metal right there. I'm pushing, I'm pushing, pushing. Yeah, so I've worn through, let's see if I can tilt this so you can see it. Yeah. I've worn through and touched the metal. At both of these points. Here. And here. And there was no conductivity there, which is... Alright, yes, hold on, wait 1 second. I couldn't let that rest. I had to figure out what was going on. And I did take my smallest drill bit, bored those things a little deeper. And now, just so you can see that reality hasn't bent, and there is indeed a very good coating on this. Get into the hole. So the quality of coating that HDZero has put on this is quite good. And there you go. Anyway, back to it. Positive. So that sort of allays my fears about that somewhat, but I do think that a bit of conformal coating on this area here is not going to go astray. That's the most open area, apart from the, well, yeah, that is the most open area of this circuit board. So that's probably the most warranting of protection. There are different levels of waterproofing you can do. You know, no waterproofing is nerve-wracking. A little bit of waterproofing is comforting, and a lot of waterproofing is dope. So yeah, it really depends where your like tolerance level is. I have only ever twice actually, I've had ESCs burn out on maiden flights because of bloody crashing into wet grass, and not even that wet grass. One of them was just very disappointing. I was like, what? Anyway, it's one of those things, and this is one of those rather expensive parts of the craft, so you probably want to look after it. Now, what am I going to do next? Well, I'm pretty sure I've got thermal paste. I've got some crappy thermal paste here, and I've got some good thermal paste somewhere else that I would use for the computer, that I have used for the computer, so on the CPU. Now, if I'm using it on my CPU for my workstation, editing station, then I reckon it'd be good enough for this. So I'm going to do that. I'm not sure what kind of thermal paste this is here, and if you were happy and just wanted to put it back together, I think you could. Anyway, I think I'm going to get on with the waterproofing in a separate video, because this is going to go on long enough. Yeah, if I'm going to produce weekly videos, I might as well keep them short and snappy enough that YouTube doesn't punish me. Thank you very much for watching. If you have found the content valuable, please do, drop a like, leave a comment about anything. If you have any feedback or anything on the video, please feel free. I'm happy to be here and talk to the community. That's kind of why I do it. Don't make any money off this, just spend it. Yeah, anyway, fly safe, be well, and catch me next time for the waterproofing. Peace out.